The culture is very different. I realized that I wanted to study in Europe. I was very interested in the tech. Yeah, first day of my Erasmus, definitely a highlight. Motivating is thinking in the long game. So for example, oh, I need to do this right now because it might have an impact for me in the future. I really like kibinai in Lithuania. Yeah. And salty borscht.
Oh, definitely, the pink soup. Welcome to CampusVerse at KTU. I'm Sofiia Gliuza and I'm a Study KTU Ambassador, and today we're talking to Dovran Emirov about his journey all the way back from Turkmenistan through Turkey, the US and Spain, all the way back here to Lithuania. So we're talking cultural contrast, exchange studies, and his passion for the Discovered program in KTU for those who like to study abroad. Dovran, welcome to the podcast. We're very excited to host you here today, and I'm sure it will be a wonderful talk, so let's dive right into it. So first of all, you visited 11 countries and studied in 4 of them. Where is Lithuania on this list?
During my bachelor's course, I had a chance to participate in Erasmus exchange in Spain. That makes it 4 countries. And answering your question, I would definitely say that Lithuania would be on top of my list because there are different reasons for that. It's one of those few places where I feel safe, where clean streets, and it's not super crowded.
That's nice to hear, though, that KTU and Lithuania in general is so high on this list for a person who has traveled so much. But there's another thing. You've done multiple exchange studies, and how much can actually a single 4-month semester abroad change a person? Does it have a huge impact on your life or personality?
I think it definitely has, because when you go for an exchange and you travel, you immerse yourself into the new environment, into new culture. At first, it's a bit of a struggle. It's a challenge, so it's a bit difficult. It might take some time to adapt. You know how to talk to people. You become more adaptable to different environments, easily adaptable, and also I think it increases your problem-solving skills, because when you're abroad,
Definitely.
You probably know, and you travel, something might happen, and you just have to figure it out on your own because there's no one else to help you. I'm pretty sure you've been through these experiences as well.
Yeah, as an international student, I completely get the perspective. What are the main differences in cultures, and which one was the most comfortable for you, and maybe where was your personal space respected the most?
The culture is very different. Comparing American culture to Lithuanian culture, Spanish culture, Turkish culture, these are all very different cultures. So I would say that the easiest adjustment for me was when I was my first year studying at Turkish university. I think due to the fact that there was no language barrier, and it was kind of, for me, easier to talk, to communicate to people. In Spain, though, it was completely different because not a lot of people speak English there, and I don't speak Spanish as well. So it was
language barrier.
Yeah, there was a language barrier. And I was in Lithuania, though, when I first came, I was actually quite impressed how people, the younger generation, spoke English at a very high level. I was not expecting that. As I said, in terms of language and culture, it was a bit of an easier change for me to adapt to Turkey, but I think I kind of had peace of mind more coming here in Lithuania because it's very peaceful and not crowded, because I was living in Istanbul, which is very crowded and chaotic.
Let's switch a bit to talk about your degree here in KTU. Why Business Digitalization Management, and what exactly led you to KTU in general?
When I was studying in Turkey, I was studying a foundation course, and I realized that I wanted to study in Europe. And that year, when ChatGPT came out and AI was taking over, and it was like a big thing, and at that time I was very interested in the tech and in businesses, in startup culture. I was watching different YouTube videos, and I wanted to study something at this intersection of business and tech, and I was looking for different programs. Lithuania came up, and I stumbled upon KTU, and the first thing I noticed, the website. It was very user-friendly, yeah, and it was such a great website. And compared to other websites, no hate, but some of the websites, university websites in Italy and Spain, they were like done like in 2010 or something. And the first thing I realized when I looked at the KTU website, it was so colorful and it was so like aesthetic, you know, it was like user-friendly. And looking through different programs, I saw the Business Digitalization Management, and I read about the description, the curriculum, and the courses, exchange programs, and then I realized, wow, this is something I want to study. This is a very unique program. I didn't find anything similar to the Business Digitalization Management in any other countries. KTU was my first choice because it was a perfect blend of business management, like digital transformation, AI, so it was very interesting and I was really curious about this, so this was the reason I applied here and chose Lithuania and KTU.
You mentioned that you are interested in AI, correct? So was this the reason you joined Talent Academy for Skilled AI?
I read about skilled programs, and my first year during my second semester, once the application opened, I applied for a Skilled AI program because I was curious about its application into the business environment and its impact on businesses, and yeah, this was the reason I applied for Skilled AI. I really like the program and our mentors and students at the Talent Academy. I think they're the most motivated students at KTU, and being a part of this community is really great, and it kind of motivates me to work harder.
You're studying for the third year here in KTU, but you've been a first-year student, a fresher once. Was there some mistake or memorable situation from your first year here that turned into a valuable lesson?
When I first came in Kaunas, I didn't know anyone, so I kind of came into this uncertainty, and I didn't have any friends prior to that studying here. And I think a lot of first-year students who come here from different countries have the same experience, and I think they shouldn't fall into isolating themselves. Because at first I think I was a little bit shy to go out and meet new people, so it's definitely worth going out, joining ESN activities and just talking to your course mates and making new friends. It took me some time at first because I was a little bit hesitant.
Okay, so socialize a lot.
Yeah, basically socialize.
Yeah, makes sense. Because international students especially, I feel like they just come and they're really shy because it's not their country, it's not their language, not their people. And okay, so the main advice is just overcome the barrier. Is it just in general worth like setting everything aside for 4 months and go into a completely different environment to an unknown country and another culture?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's a very great experience because you meet new people, you learn about different languages, cultures, and you kind of just become this like global citizen. You know, you have friends in different countries you can visit, and it's a great. So yeah, everyone should do it, I think.
What is the main motivation that keeps you going when the workload gets a lot or when you feel like you're burning out?
I think what keeps me motivating is thinking in the long game. So for example, oh, I need to do this right now because it might have an impact for me in the future. For example, I need to get this internship. So for when I apply for masters and for a job after I graduate, I kind of have this for my CV, or I need to keep this GPA high because it will have an impact, for example, when I apply for a master. So kind of thinking about, I need to do these things right now to kind of have a long-term impact. That's basically what
so just setting long-term goals and you're thinking ahead.
Yeah.
That's a good tactic though, so just not just saying about the present, but also staying planning ahead for the future.
Yeah.
Would you say that KTU had some impact very specific on you or changed you in some specific way?
I think definitely, because before coming here, like looking at myself 3 years ago, I feel like I had this potential maybe, but KTU kind of helped me to fulfill this potential and kind of helped me to become the person that I am today. And it's not about only academic studies, but through different other areas, such as different exchange programs, different programs within KTU, and which increase my overall people skills like critical thinking, adaptability. I think these are one of the key areas where KTU had impact on my life.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that because I feel like KTU is a very nice environment for, in general, finding yourself. Probably it's full of great people and great opportunities, and it's nice to hear that it's a universal experience here. What is one thing you always pack with you, no matter where you go, no matter what country or what occasion?
I started packing the universal plug, like an adapter, because when we traveled with my roommate during Erasmus to Malta, we didn't know that they had different outlets, so luckily we found the one that suited us, but we didn't have any adapter. So this is one of the things I pack always. And after my luggage was stolen in Barcelona, now I will be packing an AirTag with me.
Yeah, I remember that story about the stolen suitcase. It was a very vibrant start to the exchange studies.
Yeah, the first day of my Erasmus, definitely a highlight.
Your biggest what moment in Lithuania, what were you shocked about?
Traffic rules, that people wait for the green light even though there are no cars on the street.
Oh, yeah, like the complete adherence to the rules.
Yeah, especially coming from Istanbul after.
Okay, Kaunas or Vilnius?
Oh, Kaunas, always.
Yes, completely agreed. Quiet life here in Lithuania or vibrant chaos of Turkey, Istanbul?
After 3 years, I think quiet life here.
Okay.
Definitely.
Best Lithuanian word in your opinion? Or like the most fun one?
I think the first word I ever learned was ačiū. Yeah, even before coming here, so.
Yeah, makes sense, labas, ačiū, the common ones. What's your go-to study hack?
I usually find difficult to study in my room, and when I have a lot of things to do, I just change the environment and I come here at library. This is, I think, where I can work productively.
Going to a concert or going to a museum?
I think museum.
Okay, street food in Turkey or the fast food in the United States?
Street food in Turkey, kebabas.
Okay. Okay, but Lithuanian cuisine or Turkish cuisine then?
I think I'm more used to Turkish cuisine, but I really like kibinai in Lithuania. Yeah, and salty borscht.
Oh, definitely, the thing so. Dovran, thank you very much for coming today and having this talk with us. It was a really great pleasure to host you here. And I want to remind our listeners to watch all the other episodes of CampusVerse at KTU. And thank you for watching. See you in KTU.